amid strained relations between the United States and China, Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Chinese President Xi Jinping today. The question was anything achieved? White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, President Joe Biden is in California today. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, all eyes on that meeting between Secretary of State Blinken and China's president. Trade, Taiwan, human rights, the South China Sea, Russia's war in Ukraine, and the shootdown of that Chinese spy balloon earlier this year, among the issues raising tensions between both nations.
At the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken shakes hands with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The United States and China have pledged to stabilize their badly deteriorated ties. Later, Secretary Blinken told reporters in a news conference,
"There are many issues on which we profoundly, even vehemently, disagree. We will always take the best course of action to advance the interests of the American people."
Secretary Blinken also brought up wrongfully detained U.S. citizens, as well as a deadly drug killing Americans.
I raised as a priority the issue of synthetic opioids and fentanyl, a crisis in the United States. Fentanyl is the #1 killer of Americans aged 18 to 49.
President Joe Biden also traveling today, flying to California to announce $600 million for climate adaptation projects before holding campaign fundraisers. The president held his first re-election rally this past weekend, speaking to union members in Philadelphia.
I'm proud to say the word. I'm proud to be the most pro-union president in American history.
While Republican candidates seek to unseat President Biden, they're also taking jabs at each other. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie calls former President Donald Trump a three-time loser.
Loser in 2018 by losing the House, loser in 2020 by losing the White House and the United States Senate, and the worst midterm performance we've seen in a long, long time.
Name calling aside, the former president for now has an excellent shot at becoming the GOP's nominee next year, even raising millions of dollars post-indictment.
Now, back to those talks in China. After meeting with President Xi, Secretary Blinken said China is not ready to resume military-to-military contacts, something the U.S. considers crucial to avoiding miscalculation and conflict, particularly over Taiwan. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN Newsnight.